Hi there, I'm Tommy Ferris from Ignition Fitness, and I'm very excited to be here presenting the very first episode of a new season of MSCtv. We have several new episodes for you, and we'll be rolling them out over the course of the year. As always, each episode will be event specific, and I'm going to give you training tips and racing strategies for each race we cover this season. Up first this year is the Woodstock Triathlon and Duathlon. So there are a few changes to the Woodstock race this year because it is now a single day event rather than the weekend-long event it's been in the past. And here's what those changes look like. The Sprint Triathlon is now slightly longer with a 750-meter swim, 20K ride, and 5K run to finish. The Sprint Duathlon is a 5-kilometer run, 20-kilometer ride, and 2.5K run to finish. And the Give It a Try is now a 400-meter swim, 10-kilometer ride, and 2.5-kilometer run to finish. Also new this year, the longer length triathlon and duathlon have both been eliminated. Let's take a look at the course. Like always, the race starts and finishes at the Pittock Lake Conservation Area, and the swim takes place in the Calm Reservoir, which promises excellent water quality and warm temperatures for a race so early in the year. Athletes will swim the entire course in a counterclockwise direction, keeping the boys to the right. Once through T1 and on your bike, you'll exit the conservation area on the right-hand side of the road, and out of the park, the course heads north up Pittock Park Drive. There's a lot of climbing for the first half of the course, so pace yourself well. The climbing continues until turning south on line 15, where you'll hit a steep downhill before some flat rollers on your way to the turnaround. On your way back to the conservation area, you'll be rewarded with an easier, mostly downhill run. The run course is beautiful and is an off-road mixture of grass, trail, and pavement. It's mostly flat, but there are some steep ups and downs throughout, and watch your footing over the terrain changes. If it's a hot day, you'll find some relief with lots of shade, and you'll pass up to 4 aid stations as you head back to the finish at the conservation area. Last year I gave you a workout to help you through the rolling hills of this bike course, so please go back and watch that video again because it's still a great workout to use when preparing for a course like this. What I'd like to do for you this year is offer you some tips about race management for the type of course you'll be riding on in Woodstock. Now, chances are that this is the first triathlon of the year for just about everyone competing in this race. You've trained for countless hours, you've tapered and recovered, you're healthy, you're fit, you're prepared, pacing yourself well, and how you race this course is the last step in a very long journey towards the finish line. You don't want to throw all that away in the first few kilometers of your ride. In order to finish strong, you have to race smart. The Woodstock bike course is mostly uphill for the first half, and going out too strong may overcook your legs, which will prevent you from being able to recover and make up lost time in the easier downhill sections, and will also likely compromise your run. For the cycling portion of a triathlon or duathlon, one of the most successful pacing strategies is to start conservatively and finish strong, and that pacing strategy will really help you on this course. For the uphill sections coming out of transition, don't allow your heart rate to skyrocket or power to spike hundreds of watts above your target average. Keep your effort and pace controlled. Find a rhythm and settle into an effort that is slightly harder than you'd push in the flats. Don't overdo it. Get through the climbs with lots left in your legs and recover and make up lost time in the downhill sections. And when you get to the flats, push your normal pace. Don't try to make up lost time in the flats. Just stick to your regular pace. As a general rule of thumb, you do want to go slightly harder in the uphill sections, but going too hard will push you past your limit into that danger zone that will see you fade as the ride goes on and have nothing left in your legs for the run. If we're talking about numbers, this pace is probably about 100 to 105% of your FTP, but it is a pace that you can dial in by feel. Don't go so hard that you can't breathe, and if you get that lactic acid burning sensation in your legs, you're going too hard. Back off the pedals and reduce the effort. Use this strategy to pace yourself well, race smart, and finish strong. Remember that being a good triathlete or duathlete isn't about who's the fastest swimmer, it isn't about who's the fastest cyclist, and it isn't about who's the fastest runner. It's about who can manage themselves best to have a strong race from start to finish. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of MSCtv. I hope you learned something, and I hope you include this pacing strategy when competing in Woodstock or any other race that demands responsible pacing. I'm Tommy Ferris, head coach at Ignition Fitness. Please check our website for more training videos at ignition-fitness.com. Thanks for watching.